Hello my warriors. Well, I had some mic issue out there, so now it's fine. Welcome to the first session of 2D motion. Having completed one-dimensional motion, let's see what are the equations, what is the way of solving problems in 2D, and all of this with me, Shreyas, your physics master teacher. Hello everyone, thank you for all your patience. I hope you can hear me loud and clear. I hope you can see me very clearly, and I know many of you have consumed a lot of your data packs watching yesterday's marathon session where we covered up all the backlogs out there which you had. So yes, the mic is finally working, and guess what? The problem was in the battery. You know, I did not get discharged after the 5-hour marathon, but these batteries did. You see those tiny batteries? I don't know whether you can see this. These are these two tiny batteries which go inside the mic, and these two batteries just drained out thanks to all our sessions. So guys, this just tells you, you know, how much we work for you, and I hope you really work that hard, but don't get discharged. That's very important. And yep, I hope you have covered all your backlogs, and today we're going to start 2D motion. And guys, those of you who are very new to the channel, first of all, warm welcome. Do not forget to hit the subscribe button, because this is a very special English channel. No other channel in this country which is so popular is in English. A lot of Hindi and English channels out there which are also doing a good work, for all the students. So first of all, welcome. Hit the subscribe button so that you will get all the regular updates. I always come here at 7:30 p.m. and I conduct classes for long term, for 11th, for 12th, and also the passing out 12th standard students. And I have been training and coaching kids for a very long time with amazing results. Many people getting 2-digit All India ranks. I cleared my JEE long back. Probably you were just born that time. And if you want to know more about me and want to check me out, definitely you can stalk me on Shreyas_Vedantu. That's where you can stalk me. All right. Thank you, Sai Telugu. Yes, now we are 51.5. That's crazy, man. Thank you, guys. And if you have forgotten to smash the like button, please do that so that you can show your love and support. Oh, by the way, this is the schedule for this week. So for all the students who are going to pass out this year 2021, tomorrow is a BitSat strategy session, and we are going to target 400 plus score. What should be the things that you keep in mind? We're going to talk about the cutoffs for different branches, the different branches in BITS, the different campuses, how is the college life like, and also we're going to talk about the placements at BITS. So very good college. The reason why we talk about it is because, there was once a time when even big ministers have gone to BITS and they were like, we can pay you as much as you want. Please give my son or daughter admission. And they were like, no, we are private, but we are not going to charge anything. You have to come to our college with merit. I know there are a lot of private institutes which accept donations. Nothing wrong in it, but the quality then gets diluted. So this is one such college where quota or admission via donations do not work. That's why it became very, very popular. And English is one criteria for getting admission into these colleges. We'll talk more about it tomorrow. For now, let's do a quick recap. Good evening, Abhilashi. Good evening, Fun, Crack, Kalyani, Erwin, Kaushika, Sai Telugu, Riyaz, Dharini, Akshita, Suchi Mama. Hello, Shabana. Welcome, everyone. So, Erwin, why don't you post a comment below or ping me on my Instagram handle? I'll definitely help you out. Just a quick recap. Till now, we have seen that position is nothing but the current location of a particle. Like X, Y coordinates give you the current location of any particle which is moving. So you want to know the position? Just tell me the coordinates. That's it. The change in the position is called as displacement. So you move from one coordinate to the other coordinate. That change, that delta, is called as displacement. Velocity, we have seen, is nothing but how fast your position changes. That's rate of change of displacement, or displacement by time gives you velocity. And acceleration is how quickly your velocity changes. So the change in velocity upon the time gives you acceleration, and that's something which you have seen. So this is all a recap. We have also seen the basic kinematic equations. V is u plus at. Velocity can be found using time. Velocity can also be found using displacement, and displacement can also be found using time. That's your three kinematic equations, the basic ones. And the fourth one is the displacement in the nth second. So displacement in 5th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th second can be found out using this formula. So this is something which we have done, and also we did it in the marathon session. Also in vectors, I have spoken about resolution. And a vector as such can be split into two components. One is x component, one is y component. This is particularly very important in 2D motion. That's why I'm doing a quick recap. Alright, you can always split a vector into two components, and the x component is ax. That's why you write the vector as ax I cap, plus the y component being ay, you write it as ay j cap. The magnitude of this vector by Pythagoras, you can write it as ax square plus ay square. Remember, it's very simple. Oops, let me just go back. Okay, just one second. Yeah, you can write it as ax square plus ay square. So, Sarkar, what is velocity? Velocity is rate of change of displacement, dx by dt. That is instantaneous. If you want average, then you take total displacement by total time. Yep. And I hope you remember how to split the vectors. I have told you about cos and sine components. Cos is the one which is closer to the angle. Sine is the one which is farther to the angle. In case you do not remember, or you are very new to the class, don't worry, you can watch all the lectures free of cost. Replay mode, just go to our playlist. It's all available out there. Abhi Shai, I'll take your name when you answer something properly. Okay, so don't worry. Let's see the first question coming up on your screen. Which of the following are possible for a particle moving in 2 dimensions? Let's see how many of you are going to get it. Come on. So Badri, the difference between the mock tests is that obviously the sources that we accumulated from are very varied. We take it from different books, we take it from different sites, we take it from our own content, we take some of the questions we modified. So that's one thing, the source is different. Number two, difficulty wise, it's almost the same. I think you should give a mix of both. Don't just give NTA, don't just give ours, give both the mock tests so that you have a mix of questions. Okay, by the way, the question says which of the following are possible. So be careful, more than one option might be correct. 1, 2, 3, 4, I don't know. Come on my warriors, most of you are saying B. Think about it. Yes, close is cause, correct Suchi Mama, and if you commit a sin by going far away, that's a sign, correct. Be careful. Be careful guys, more than one answer is correct. Think carefully, read the question. I just said which of the following are possible. So be careful. Now you are going to D and B. D and B. Okay, B and C says Sridatta. Well, what if I tell you again, many of you are wrong. Many of you are wrong. That's why you need to start attending my classes, guys. The correct answer is only B and C. Well, let's see why is it true. Distance traveled is 0. Displacement is not 0. This is definitely not possible. Distance traveled is 0 means you didn't move. You have not moved. If you didn't move, how can your displacement not be 0? I mean, how is it possible? You have displacement. So that's why this is not possible. This means distance traveled is not 0. That means you have moved, but here displacement is 0. That means back to initial. So maybe, I have moved like this. I went like that and came back to the same point. My initial position and final position are same. So displacement is 0, but distance traveled is not 0. So B is obviously possible. Velocity is changing, but speed is constant. This is interesting. Look at this. Imagine you're going with certain speed, but you change the direction. Yes, you change the direction. Your speed might be 10 meters per second. You can see that the speed is 10 meters per second. So the speed is constant, but velocity Do not forget, it's a vector quantity. It has both direction as well as magnitude. Now, the magnitude of the velocity is constant, that is speed. But the direction, that's not constant, that's changing. So hence, velocity as a vector quantity is changing. A lot of people get that wrong. Alright, some people have already started hiding their faces. Very good, Nidhi, if you got it correct. Excelente. Embarrassing, says Avishai and so many others. Yep. Yes, if it starts moving and comes back to the same point, yes, Suchi Mama, the displacement is 0. Harshit, you probably missed few minutes. You can just go, even in a live class, you can go a little bit behind and catch up at 2x speed. Speed is changing, velocity is constant. This is never possible. Remember, if speed changes, obviously the magnitude of the velocity will not be constant, and therefore velocity itself will not be constant. Hence, only B and C are correct. If you guys have understood this, please put a thumbs up, please hit the like button, and let me know in the chat box as well that you guys got it. Yep, Akshita got it. Very good. Excellent, guys. Let's get going to the next one. And there is a lot of funny and interesting questions tonight, and many of you are going to make a lot of mistakes. So guys, be careful, read the question carefully, because that's very important. Okay, before going ahead, let me also tell you that Vedantu is one of the only institute to give this promise called as Vedantu Improvement Promise. So when you actually enroll into Vedantu, I know many of you are yet to make that decision. Some of you probably have made a decision, but probably don't know whether that's the right thing to do, whether you should continue with your coaching or not. So guys, probably this could change your mind, because you know, Vedantu Improvement Promise is a very unique promise where we conduct a test when you just join Vedantu, and we conduct more tests as you are completing the course, and then we compare both of them. Have you guys stayed constant? Have you improved? Yeah, and only when you improve and you're satisfied, fine. And if you're not, all the money gets returned. No questions asked. Obviously, you have to attend the classes. And you know, Vedantu is relatively a very new institute, but yet it has produced so many amazing results, guys. Just this year, in JEE Mains, the first few attempts, there are more than 700 students almost who have got 90 percentile above, and I'm pretty sure in the third and fourth attempt it is going to be even higher. In fact, 1 in 2 Vedantu students has already qualified for JEE Advanced. So guys, this is an institute where already there is a 50% chance that just by the previous year's data that you might get qualified for JEE Advanced. So imagine by the time you pass out, this numbers is definitely going to improve. So many of you are for sure going to get into IIT. So why not, take a chance? Why not give it an opportunity to be in an institute where the probability, the chances of qualifying is much higher than taking a risk and paying higher fees? Yeah, fees wise also we are less. I mean, everything is a plus out here. Hardly 3,000 rupees, 600 rupees per month. And you can use my discount coupon code SHHPRO with the link which is there in the description box. So that's about Pro, which you should definitely check out. Now, the next thing is that, oh, Akshita is asking, are my lectures enough? Nothing is enough, Akshita. Even if you ask me, sir, if I download this book, will that be enough? No, even that is not enough. You should never be happy. You should always look for something better, more. If you have solved 10 problems, you should look for 12 problems. Just by attending my lectures, nothing is enough. Even if you attend anybody's lectures, it will not be enough. At the end of the day, you have to practice, after the class. So that's what is important. Hello, Nandini. Welcome aboard. Very good, Abhishai. Thank you so much, Bacha, for showing me all the love. A lot of you are giving the thumbs up and the fire. Thank you, guys, for showing me all that love. Now, let's talk more about 2D. See, guys, in 2D motion, the particle will be moving in a plane. That's why the chapter's name is also called Motion in a Plane. Now, what is the most common mistake people do is that you start with projectile motion but fail to understand that projectile motion is a special case of 2D motion. Now, you might be asking, sir, what the hell is this projectile motion, sir? I don't know about that. Like this guy throwing this ball. This is called projectile motion. You throw something in the air, it is thrown at an angle, that is projectile motion. But that's not just the only 2D motion possible. You can move some particle, something randomly like this. Even circular motion is nothing but 2D motion. Think about it. Circular motion is also a 2D motion in a way. Everybody understanding till this point? Very good, Abdul. Excellent. Very good. Bakwachalam R. Yes, that's a stick man. Here. So understand, any motion which happens in a plane is also a 2D motion. 3D motion means it will happen anywhere randomly in X, Y, Z. But let's first get to 2D motion, then you will understand it better. Now what is very important, I will complete the chapter in one line. Oh, just kidding guys. This is just the basic, or rather the main statement for today's chapter. But you know, we're going to see a lot of theory associated with it. The main underlying thing for this chapter is that a 2D motion is nothing but two one-dimension motion. Yes, I'll repeat it again. A 2D motion is nothing but two one-dimensional motion. A 3D motion is nothing but, you know, three one-dimensional motion. I'll just help you with this thought like this. Imagine a particle is going this way. This is the path taken by a particle. If right now the particle is at position P, obviously it has some X coordinate. Obviously it has some Y coordinate. The X and the Y coordinates are here. Now as the particle moves, won't this point, which is that X coordinate, also move along with it as this particle moves? And as this particle moves, don't you see this Y coordinate will also move, so that as this particle P moves along this black line, you will see the X and Y coordinates will change. Now what is this motion? What is this motion of this X coordinate? Isn't it a 1D motion? And isn't this motion in the Y axis also 1D motion? So you have two 1D motions which make up a 2D motion. That's it. So if you solve the problems independently in one dimension here, effectively you are solving 2D motion problem. That's the reason why we teach you resolution in vectors. Slowly things start to make sense. Whenever you have a vector, you split it into X and Y axis. If you're wondering why we did that, this is the reason. Because things look easy in 1D. So I can look at all the things in X-axis separately, I can look at all the things in Y-axis separately and solve them together, and effectively what you're doing is solving a 2D problem. Now guys, think about it. Isn't 3D motion also very similar to this? Because in 3D motion you just have one more axis. You just need to apply whatever equations, the thought process only in one additional axis, nothing else. So it's not more complicated, it's just one additional line of equation which you need to think about. Yes, that's how it is. Great. So let's get going. Now observe this carefully. If you have this particle which is going in circular motion, look at this Y coordinate. See, look at that Y coordinate. Isn't it doing one-dimensional Y motion? And similarly, if I had drawn a vertical line like this, you would see a particle doing X-axis motion like this. It will go there and it will come like this. Look at that. I'm doing 1D motion. And again I will go like this. Again I will go like this. So there are two one-dimensional motion. Is this clear? Let me know by putting up a yo or a V symbol out there. Let me know by putting up a yo or a yes V symbol out there. Shivani says yes. Hello Vitesh, welcome aboard. Yes, it's like oscillation. Correcto. Yep, very good. Very good. Very good. Very good. Don't worry Abdul, your trust is with us. That's enough. You see where you will reach after a few months or years, depending on how much ever time you are on this channel. Great. Now, that's the line which you should remember. Remember, any 2D problem, never get scared. It's 1D motion only, but just in 2 dimensions or 3 dimensions if it is 3D motion. Now, trajectory, you will hear this word very often. Vijendra, some of it, but there is a special derivation course, Vijendra Sharma, which I have conducted for entire 11th standard portion for boards and JEE and NEET. And you can join pro subscription That course is for free of cost for anybody who is in pro subscription. Post your comment after the session or leave me a message on my Instagram. I'll tell you how to join that. Okay, let's focus on the session. Trajectory means the path. This dude out here is going along a path. So guys, the path taken by a particle is called as a trajectory. It's just nothing but a fancy mathematical term for the word path. Yes, so path is nothing but a simpler version of trajectory. Now usually the trajectory of any particle, which is nothing but the path of any particle, is usually described as a function. Usually it is described as a function, and that function is generally in x coordinate and y coordinate, or y coordinate and z coordinate, or x, y and z coordinate. Now you might be thinking, sir, what exactly is the function? I mean, what do you mean by that? Here is an example. Just imagine this. If I tell you y is equal to x is the trajectory equation of the particle. If I tell you this is my trajectory equation of the particle, what does it mean? It means if I draw the x and y axis, my particle is going along this line. Yes, so my particle is moving in a straight line. So it is moving in a straight line. That's what it means. So it's a function of x and y. Similarly, Panchami, just leave a comment after the video, bacha. Right now it's very difficult to describe it. I will post the link, etc., or leave me a message on my Instagram. Similarly, if I tell y is equal to x square, if y is equal to x square is my trajectory equation, what it means is that if this is y, this is x, the path will look like this. So my particle is moving in this path, it's going along this curve. So it is nothing but a parabola. So it could have any kind of equation. I can write y is equal to root of x minus x plus 3x square. This is also a trajectory equation. You give me x, I'll give you y. You tell me the value of nu x, I'll give you the value of nu y. It tells me where is the y coordinate when the x coordinate is given, or vice versa. Is that clear? Everybody understanding this? Everybody understanding this? Yep. So trajectory is nothing but a fancy word for path, and the trajectory equation tells me the relation between the y coordinates and the x coordinates. So it could be any function in y and x. That's what trajectory equation is all about. Don't break your head so much over it. So just the path taken by any particle. Excelente, Akshita, excelente, Supriti, very good. So Suchi Mama, how to know whether it's a parabola or something else? See, for a straight line, the degree of the equation is 1. If the degree of the equation is 2, it's a parabola. If it is anything else, then it is some curve. And in maths, you're going to study special curves like hyperbola. Then you're also going to study circle. You're going to study ellipse. So you're going to study parabola, hyperbola, ebola, conebola. All these bolas you are going to study in conic sections, and many more curves you will learn it in 12th standard. Don't worry about it in maths. Yeah, there is a special unit for that. All right, let's get going. So Prasanna, even if you are watching for NEET, it's okay. You can still watch it out here because the physics is same. Remember. Okay, bacha log. Akshita, bacha, let's not deviate. JEE Main tips: attend my classes, have fun, enjoy your studies, practice a lot, and never give up. Focus, that's your tip, that's it. Okay, let's get going to the next one. Direction of velocity. Looks like many people did not understand it. Anyways, it's okay. Now, direction of velocity is always along the tangent drawn to the path. Always, if a car is going like this, obviously the velocity will be directed along the tangent drawn to the path. As simple as that. This is very simple. This is a path, you draw the tangent. The velocity is always tangential to any curve or any path that you take. Alright. Now, the next thing is, lot of people get confused with the direction of acceleration. And they think, so acceleration is always in the direction of velocity. Wrong. Myth busted right now. Look at this. Okay, look at this. Okay, just forget this text. We can see this text later on. This particle accelerates. velocity, acceleration, same direction. It slows down, it goes around the corner, and again it stops. Look at the directions, guys. Initially, acceleration and velocity are in the same direction when it is speeding up. When it slows down, they are both opposite. When it turns, it's almost like perpendicular. And again, when it slows, it's opposite. Look at it. When it's in the same direction, it's increasing the speed. When it's slowing down, then it is opposite. Look at that. It's slowing down, it's opposite. When it turns, it's perpendicular. And again, not perpendicular, it's at some angle actually. Okay, it might not exactly be perpendicular. And again, when it slows down, again it's opposite. So the point that I want to make over here is that, if let's say this is the path taken by a particle, the velocity could be here, but the acceleration could be anywhere else. This could be the acceleration. Understand that. The point that you should note is that by chance, if velocity and acceleration both are in the same direction, then the speed will increase. You're accelerating in the same direction as that of the velocity. If by chance, okay, the velocity and acceleration are in the opposite direction, then the speed will decrease. This is something which you should keep in mind. Very, very important. And one more thing, you will learn this more in circular motion, but still I can give it to you over here. If velocity is perpendicular to acceleration, then understand the speed won't change. It won't change, only direction changes. And you, I think, saw that in this curved part. All right, it was almost like perpendicular because the direction was changing. So when the velocity is not along acceleration or opposite acceleration, you will see that acceleration will change the velocity. It is only meant to change the direction, okay? It will not change the speed. Very, very crucial. Oh my God. Yes, that's how it happens. So remember this, very, very important. Acceleration need not be along velocity. If by chance it is, then the speed increases. If it's opposite, speed decreases. If it's perpendicular, speed won't be affected, only direction will change. And I think you would have some idea, you would have heard about centripetal acceleration in circular motion and all that, that acceleration is towards the center, velocity is along the tangent, and how that particle goes in a circular path. Don't worry, even if you do not know about it, we are going to learn circular motion in detail, okay, as a separate chapter. Okay, this animation is very important. Let it be there in your head, how acceleration and velocity play around with each other. Beautiful animation. All right, let's get going. Let's get going. So, before going ahead, one last thing. The acceleration, okay, if you want to find it, always remember, by definition, it is change in velocity by time. That means it's final velocity minus initial velocity divided by time taken. So on the numerator side, it's vector subtraction, which needs to be done. So the direction of acceleration and direction of change in velocity, they are same. Direction, same direction. Change in velocity, not velocity, be careful. The direction of delta V and acceleration is always same. Velocity and acceleration could be in any direction. This is something which you should keep in mind. Okay, let's start doing some questions so that you get some hang of it. Here is one of the first questions coming up on your screen. There is, not where is the particle, actually there should be, there is a particle. Oops, let me just change this. Okay, so there is a particle. And when the velocity is 3i cap plus 2j cap, assuming it is going in clockwise direction in the path shown, this blue line curve is the path of that particle and it is going in the clockwise direction. Some instant the velocity is 3i cap plus 2j cap at some instant. Okay, so the question is, where do you think that particle should be? First quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, or fourth quadrant? Think about it. Come on, my warriors, figure this out. This particle is going in a clockwise direction, and some instant the velocity is 3 I cap plus 2 j cap. Just think about the direction. Very easy. Only one option is correct. First quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, or fourth quadrant. Figure this out. Alright, I knew this. I so knew this. Guys, you know, you should feel very happy. I'll tell you why. Because so many of your misconceptions are getting cleared now. And you will see why. I mean, you will understand what you would have missed if you would not have attended today's class. And it's not just about today's class or this question, but so many things that you're going to learn out here. A lot of people get this wrong. Now, I don't know why so many of you got this wrong. The particle is going like this, obviously. Okay, the particle is going like this. Didn't I just tell you velocity is always along the tangent? I just told you this. That means over here, if you draw a tangent along that direction, the velocity will be like this. Over here, it will be like this. Over here, it will be like this. And over here, it will be like this. Now the question says 3 I cap plus 2 j cap. That means both the x and the y components are positive. And that's this one, second quadrant. A lot of people got this wrong. Look at this. This is 3 I cap and this is 2 j cap. Whereas over here, if you notice carefully, it's 3 I cap and this is minus 2 j cap. If you notice over here, probably it will be minus 3 I cap and this is minus 2 j cap. And if you notice over here, it's nothing but minus 3 I cap and plus 2 j cap. So guys, second quadrant is the answer. Understood? How many of you are hiding their face? Please let me know. God, blunder, mistake, yeah. What you thought? Oh sir, both are positive. You thought they are coordinates. You guys thought they are coordinates, and that's why you immediately jumped to the conclusion, sir, the particle is here. Look at the question. The question is velocity, not the coordinates, not the position. Understood? Yes, normally first quadrant is positive. Yes, that's what you thought. But read the question. The question is not on position. Be careful. Yeah, that's why you guys made a big blunder. Very good. Congratulations. Guys, is it okay to make mistakes now or to make mistakes in the exam? Which one do you prefer? Where do you prefer to make mistakes? Here or in the exam? Let me know, guys. Alright, already people have started hiding their faces. Nice to see your hidden faces. Okay, everybody saying now? Yeah. So that should be the attitude of the student. A lot of people ask, sir, what is the right mindset? What's the right mindset of a student to clear any kind of competitive examinations like JEE, NEET, Olympiad, this, that? It's very simple. The mindset should be, obviously, you should have faith in the teacher, the faith in the system, follow all the things and follow the rules and all. But apart from that, be ready to experiment. Be ready to fail. It's okay to make mistakes. Learn from it and then make sure that you don't repeat those mistakes. That's when you will see your progress will happen. That's how it works. Let's get going to the next question. Okay, so second quadrant is the answer. Let's look at this question. Beautiful question coming up on your screen. A car traveling towards north with a speed of 4 turns towards east with a speed of 3 in 10 seconds. Find the acceleration. Crazy question. Let's think how it looks like. This is how it looks. The car was going towards the north. Beautiful diagram. I love this car. It looks like a beetle and it goes towards the right side. Acha. The question is find the acceleration. Lot of people are going to make this mistake. Acceleration is final velocity minus initial velocity by time. Final velocity is 3. Initial velocity is 4. Time taken is 10. 3 minus 4 is minus 1 by 10, which is minus 0.1 meter per second square. Don't do this. Please don't do this. Why you cannot do this? This is wrong. Obviously, this is wrong answer. Doesn't make sense. The reason why this is wrong, guys, understand the directions of the velocity are different. You cannot just add and subtract like that. It's not scalar, it's a vector quantity. Yeah, be careful. Yes, this is wrong, obviously wrong. Start using 2D vectors. That's what I have taught you. Write down everything that is known to you. Initial velocity 4. Okay, let's do one thing. Let's take this as x, this as y. This is basically north, this is basically east, this is west, this is south. North, east, south and west, obviously. So initial velocity is 4 j cap. Final velocity, what's the final velocity? Towards the east, right? So it is 3 I cap. Now acceleration is final velocity minus initial velocity divided by the time to change that velocity. Let's substitute everything. Final velocity, that's 3 I cap. Final velocity, that's 3 I cap, minus initial velocity, that's 4 j cap, divided by time. What's the time? That's 10 seconds. Yes, so that's 10 seconds. And therefore, I'm just going to get this as 0.3 I cap minus 0.4 j cap. That's the acceleration. If you are interested in the magnitude of this, well, that's 0.3 square plus 0.4 square, which is nothing but 0.5 meters per second square. It's going to be 0.5 meters per second square. Hence, understand this. If this is the value, what's the direction? Let's get it very simply. 0.3 I cap. Okay, this is 0.3 I cap and minus 0.4. That means it's over here. This is minus 0.4. So the total acceleration will be in this direction. This is the direction of acceleration. Yeah, that's the final answer. Did you guys get it? It's very simple if you go by proper formulas. Else, if you mistake it to be a 1D problem, obviously you'll get negative marks over here. So you can use it. You can solve it using vector subtraction in IJK form. Very easy, very easy. Now there is another way of doing it. Now let me show you the second way. So remember this answer, 0.5 meters per second. By the way, you can also find this angle. This angle is not that difficult to find. This tan theta is 0.4 divided by 0.3, which is 4 by 3. Now whose tan is 4 by 3? This theta is going to be 53 degrees. In case you forgot how you got this as 53, I have given you that special triangle, 37, 53 triangle, 5, 3, right? So 5, 3 and 4. This is that special triangle. So tan of 53 is 4 by 3. If you remember that, you can get it very easily. Okay, so that was that. There is second way to solve this problem, and let me show that to you. And that's by geometry, no equations. Well, let's write down what is the initial velocity. Initial velocity, well, magnitude wise is 4. Final velocity, well, that's nothing but 3. Change in velocity is nothing but final minus initial velocity. So final is here. Okay, this is final. Minus initial, that means like this. So this is minus initial. This would give you the change in velocity. Now it's clearly given the final velocity was 3. Initial velocity was 4. So if this is 3, this is 4, how much is this delta V going to be? That's going to be just 5 meters per second. That's delta V, change in velocity. Now you can just say acceleration is delta V by delta T. You already know the value of delta V, which is 5, and time is 10. So again you are going to get 0.5 meters per second square in this direction, somewhere in southeast. Yes. Swati, it's very easy to see whether it is in 1D or 2D. It will be obvious. I mean, this is obvious, right? It was in north and east. So obviously it is in 2D. If nothing is changing, it's not changing the direction that way, obviously it is a 1D question, as simple as that. Understood? So both of them are different methods, but you will land up with the same answer. You should know both these methods. Interesting way to solve it. So 53 degrees with east towards south. So the meaning of this line over here is that, this was east, this is south. So 53 degrees with the east. Okay, towards. So which way? Towards south. Because if it was towards north, then it could have been here also. But I'm not interested in that angle. I'm interested in this side. So this was the direction of the acceleration. That's what it is. How many of you got it? Let me know by putting up a yo symbol or a thumbs up in the chat box. Come on, put it up. Put up a yo symbol or a thumbs up in the chat box. Come on guys, you need to give me some energy. Without that energy, I cannot proceed. No Enthuse then. Yeah, let's get going. Very good, Suchi Mama. Excellent. Let's get going to the next one. Now, like I was telling you, for a particle moving in 2D, it's nothing but 2 times solving 1D motion. Look at this particle. This particle is going in 2D. You can clearly see the x coordinate is moving, the y coordinate is moving. Hence, this clearly tells me one thing. And that one thing is that if I can apply kinematic equations in 1D motion, I can also apply kinematic equations in 2D dimensions. How? In x direction you apply it separately, in y direction you apply it separately, but when you apply it for x direction, make sure you only choose the x components. When you apply it for the y direction, make sure you only use the y components of velocity, displacement, acceleration. So the equations will look exactly like what it looks for 1D. Thank you Nidhi, Vishnu, Newton, Panchami, Dharti, Arpita. Thank you Newton, Nakshita, Loki, Supriti, Newton, Kalyani, Swati, King, Annie. Thank you guys for putting up that thumbs up. Means a lot. Yep. So this is an x. You can see all the subscripts are x. What does it tell you? Only look at the x variables, x components. X component of velocity, x component of acceleration, x component of displacement. Similarly in y direction, Vy is uy plus ayt. Vy square is uy square plus 2as, and so on and so forth. As simple as that. X goes with x, yes, y goes with y, z goes with z. Should I tell you one thing interesting? If you do not like so many things, you can combine them together. Yeah, you can combine them together. You don't have to write it separately. You'll be like, how sir? Write it together, that's it. Just put a bar symbol. That's it, just put a bar symbol. Now many of you might not get it initially. Don't worry, I'm going to show you a problem and we are going to solve it just like this. V bar is u bar plus a bar t. So when you write it in vector form, just make sure you write it in I, J, K form. So this is V bar, that is a bold alphabet. So write it in I cap, J cap, K cap. Then solve it normally just like you add or multiply vectors. Trust me, it will look very simple. Be careful only of one equation. See, this is fine. V bar is u bar plus a bar t. S bar is u bar into t plus half a bar t square. And the nth displacement, that's all fine. Only be careful about this equation. It's v vector dot v vector is u vector dot u vector plus 2a vector dot s vector. Now let me tell you, this is a dot product, so be careful over here. This is dot product. And in the simplified version, it will end up being, remember, any vector dot that same vector is square of the magnitude. So it will become v square is u square plus 2a vector dot s vector. Many people do not know this equation. Many people do not remember there is a dot over here, so be careful. That is a dot over there. Remember, I have told you a vector dot a vector is a into cos 0, which is a square. So that's why v dot v is v square, u dot u is u square, and a dot s, just leave it as it is. Now we'll get more clarity on this when we solve problems. Without that, you will be like, okay, I got it, but I don't know how to use it. Hold on. Yeah. Why can't you write v cross v? Very good question, Abhilashi. If you write it as v cross v, you will not get on the RHS u square plus 2s. You will get something else. So it comes after you actually take the dot product of v dot t. So you should actually do this u bar plus a bar t dot u bar plus a bar t. So when you do this multiplication, then you get 2as and u square. Otherwise, if you do a cross, you won't get it. That's the reason for that. Okay, let's start solving question. Let's start solving question. Okay, no, it's not sine theta, it's cos theta for dot, be careful. And yeah, so particle accelerates in x as well as in y with 5 meters per second square. The initial velocity along x is 0 and along y is 10. Find the velocity after 2 seconds. Do you guys see this is a 2D problem? Because x and y clearly mentioned. Clearly mentioned? Yeah. Oh, okay, fine, Suchi, no problems. Now look at that. First thing what you should do, write down whatever is given. Whatever is given. It accelerates in x direction. That means ax. It is accelerating in x. How much? 5 meters per second square. It also accelerates in y direction. How much is the acceleration? Again it is given. It is 5 meters per second square. Next up, initial velocity. Initial, the symbol is u. Ux is how much? Along x is 0 meters per second. Next up, along the y direction, initial velocity, it's clearly mentioned to be 10 meters per second. Write down whatever is given. Time is 2 seconds. So this is your time basically. The question is find velocity. That means just try to figure out what is Vx and try to figure out what is Vy. Which equation, guys, are you going to use? Please let me know. For finding Vy or Vx, which equation are you going to use? Think about it. Obviously, U is given, A is given, T is given. First kinematic equation, V is U plus AT. Correct, Kamlesh? Hello, Dinesh. Welcome aboard. So obviously, you're going to use in both the situations, V is U plus AT. That's it. Use that and see what happens. So Vx is Ux plus AX into T. So that's going to be 10 meters per second. Similarly, Vy is Uy plus A into T. 5 to the 10, 10 plus 10, 20 meters per second. Hence, the final velocity is 10 I cap, because this is in x, plus 20 j cap meters per second. That's it, done, done. Don't you see the true importance, the significance of resolution of vectors? You can solve this separately, you can solve this separately, and you can write it in this form so conveniently. Isn't it easy, guys? Isn't 2D actually 1D 2 times? Did you guys see that? Did you guys see that? How many of you saw that? Please put that smiley with those goggles. How many of you saw that? Yeah? Did you guys see that? Yeah? Easy? Very good. Excellent. Let's get going to the next question then. Okay. Next, coming up on your screen. Yeah, you can find the magnitude also. No problems. Okay, Sudarshan wearing big goggles. Nice one. Suchi Mama also wearing goggles. Oh my god, Dharni also wearing. Whoa. There is a competition of whose goggles are better. Wiki 12th standard is usually the first few days of the week. So I just did magnetism on Monday, Tuesday and all of that. Next again Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday we'll be doing magnetism. Okay, cool. Chalo, let's do this. Same thing, but the question is displacement. Alright, same things are given. Ux, Uy. Both are given. What is it? Ux is 0, Uy is 10. Ax is given. And Ay is also, Ax is 5, my bad. And Ay is also 5. Time is also given. Question is find Sx. Find Sx and Sy. Yes, just think about it. How are you going to find this? Xx and Sy. Which equation are you going to use? Obviously, I think you are going to use the second equation. S is ut plus half at square. So S is ut plus half at square. Let's see how many of you are going to do this really quick. I will explain it slowly though. So Sx is ux plus half ax into t square. 2 square is 4, 4 by 2 is 2, 2 into 5, 10 meters. Sy is ux, which is 10, into time plus half into acceleration is 5 into 2, which is the time square. This is nothing but 20. This is 2 into 5, which is 10. So that's going to be 30 meters. So the displacement is 10 I cap plus 30 j cap meters. That's the final answer. How many of you got it? No, it's not 30 meters. Remember, 10 in I, 30 in j. That means it has gone 10 like this, 30 like this. The total displacement magnitude will be root of 10 square plus 30 square. That's how it works. So it's going at an angle, understand. Don't add 10 and 30, that would be stupidity to add 10 and 30 and saying, sure, the displacement is 40. Be careful. No, it's not 40. It's 10 in x-axis, 30 in y-axis. Got it? Very good. Excellent. Tanushri also got it. That's why she's wearing those goggles out here. Hello, Dipanshi, Sachdeva. Welcome aboard to this session. Looks like you're a little bit late, but you can watch the replay and probably catch up to where we are. Let's get going to the next one coming up on your screen. The velocity of, yes, Aishan easy. Very good crack with Gokulnath. Hi, Shreyashi. Welcome aboard. Got it, says Swati. Velocity initially is given. Acceleration is also given. And displacement after 2 seconds. This time, I will use that method which I was just talking about. I will not solve it separately. I would prefer to solve this using this equation. S vector, which is displacement, is u vector into t plus half a vector into t square. Let's do it vector wise. Let's see what do we get. Alright. So, first off, u vector, what's u vector? That's 2i cap plus 3j cap. How many times? T times. What is t? 2. Okay. Plus half a vector, that's I cap minus 2j cap. How many times? T square times, that is 2 square times. Let's see what do we get. 2 into 2, 4. So 4i cap. 2 3s are 6. 6j cap plus 2 square by 2, 2. 2 into I, 2i cap. 2 into 2, again 4. So minus 4j cap. Now be careful. I will get added with I. J will get added with j only. So 4 plus 2, that's 6i cap. 6 minus 4, that's just 2j cap. That's the displacement. That's the final answer. Isn't this also easy? Yep. Isn't this easy? So just subtract the j's and just add the i's, because you know there is a minus sign here, plus sign there. That's how easy it is in vector form. Isn't it so easy? Sai bacha, we Biotonians are always welcome, and we enthusiasts are also always welcome on Biotonic. Understand, we are a family, we are not different, we are always together. Yeah, please never say that against Biotonians. No, it's not correct to say that. Yep. Easy peasy squeezy, because you are studying with me, Sridat. Very good. Okay, chalo. Okay, let's get, I like the final value, says Kalyani. Okay, before going ahead, remember, if you have any doubts, please use our Vedantu app. The link for downloading the app is there in the description box below. Take a picture of whatever doubt you have, send it. You can chat with our doubt experts and they will send you all the solutions, hints, etc. from morning till night. That's a very useful feature for all the pro users out here, who are there on our platform. They use this facility a lot, because it's always good to ask an expert than asking a random friend and getting a wrong answer. Now let's go to some derivatives or integration kind of questions. All right. Now, yes, Rajesh, coming to calculus. Look at this spider going randomly, idiotic spider. Earlier, all the situations, acceleration was constant. But here, maybe it is not. What to do? It's very simple. Very simple, guys. Let's see what to do. First of all, remember one thing. Again, it's splitting up of velocity, but this time, write everything in terms of derivatives or integration, whatever is required. I just told you, for a path, the velocity is always along the tangent. Okay. You can always split the velocity into two parts. One velocity here and one velocity is here. This would be my x component of the velocity. This would be my y component of the velocity. Now guess what? Velocity was the rate of change of position or displacement, right? So x velocity will be d by dt of which component? Think this way. This x velocity has come because the x coordinate was changing. The x coordinate was changing. That's why this is nothing but dx by dt, rate of change of x coordinate. Similarly, if you look at the y coordinate over here, that was moving. That's why it gave rise to the y velocity. So it is nothing but derivative of the y coordinate with respect to time. As simple as that. Yes, that's it. That's it. Don't worry, Sai Sangeeta, just leave a message or send me a screenshot, probably on Instagram. Probably I'll look into it. Okay, just send that to me. Okay, so this is Vx I cap and this is Vy j cap. That's it. As simple as that. So similarly, if somebody had z, you would write dz by dt. That's how it works. So rate of change of that particular coordinate will give you the velocity instantaneous in that direction. As simple as that. Okay. Next up, similarly, you might think about, acceleration. You might think about acceleration. Don't worry, it's simple. I remember that famous dialogue from that movie. Our business is our business, none of your business. Which movie was that? Daisy Shah, somebody, Salman Khan or something. Some weird movie. Yeah, and a lot of memes were there. Same thing, what did X say to Y? Do you know what did X say to Y? Our business is our business, none of your business. That means, if you want to find acceleration in x-axis, just look at rate of change of x velocity with respect to time. Whatever happens in y, I don't care. It doesn't matter, because the velocity which changes in x-axis will only give rise to acceleration in x-axis. Similarly, acceleration in the y-axis is only dependent on rate of change of velocity in the y-axis. So it is dy by dt. Keep this in mind. So what are these ax and ay, by the way? These are nothing but the x components and the y components of the acceleration. As simple as that. Okay, that's it. So rate of change of x velocity is x acceleration, rate of change of y velocity is y acceleration, as simple as that. Now you'll get a feel of this only when we solve problems. So let's get to solving problems, but before that, our standard table, x, v, a. From x to v, differentiate to get velocity. From velocity to acceleration, differentiate to get acceleration. Similarly, from acceleration to velocity, integrate to get velocity. From velocity to position, again integrate to get position. But do this separately. X separate, y and y separate. X is separate, y separate. Always they are separate. Remember, they never mingle. They don't like mingling with each other. They are in perpendicular, orthogonal directions. They will not affect each other. So whatever happens in x will happen in x, whatever happens in y will happen in y. So separate integrations, separate derivatives, they will not affect each other. Keep that in mind. Okay, so that's a basic thing, just to give you a general idea of how to go from one point to the other. But don't worry, you're going to learn how to do this in these kind of questions. Observe, beautiful questions coming up on your screen right away. Let's start solving. Oh, Tanushree, maybe check your internet connection. My internet connection is perfectly fine. I can see a green big symbol on my screen. That means my internet is working fine. So just check it out on your side. Look at this. X is given, Y is given. So many things. The entire family is asked. Generations are asked. Find velocity, acceleration, find initial position, speed, direction, acceleration of initially, everything. Let's do this. Let's start this separately. So x is t square plus 4t minus 3. So if I have to find Vx, it's nothing but dx by dt. So that means it's derivative of this term t square and plus derivative of 4t and minus derivative of 3, correct? So 3 terms separate. So what is the derivative of t square? That's 2t, right? That is 2t, nx raised to n minus 1. N is 2, t's power reduced by 1, plus 4 is a constant, just comes outside. T's power is 1. So derivative of t raised to 1 is 1. Do not forget that. Minus derivative of constant, 0. So therefore, Vx will be just 2t plus 4. Beautiful. Now, once I get that, let's also figure out acceleration, because everything has been asked. So acceleration is derivative of x velocity, which is d by dt of 2t plus d by dt of 4. Now 2 is a constant which will come outside, t's power is 1, so that means it will be just 2 into 1. 1, t raised to 1's derivative is 1, remember, plus 0, that means it is just 2. So ax is nothing but 2. That's what we got. Beautiful. That's in x. Now let's figure out what is it in y. So y is t cube minus 4t. I won't do it so elaborately now. So vy will be dy by dt, mentally differentiated, it will be 3t square minus 4. 3t square, nx raised to n minus 1, derivative of t is 1. Similarly, ay is dy by dt, so differentiate this, 2 comes outside, 3 2's are 6, and derivative of 4 is a constant, so it's a 0. So if you did not understand it, I'll write it separately, 3 into 2t minus 0, which is 6t. Amazing. Now let's write down each answer one by one. Once I have got all of this. Okay, let's write this. First, find velocity and acceleration as function of time. Yes, I have already done that. I don't know if you can see it, but I have already done this. Find velocity and acceleration as a function of time. Already done it? Yep, already done that. Okay. Next, find initial position. Initial position means, what is the initial coordinate? What is the initial coordinate? Look at that. Put time. Initial means 0 time. Initial means time is 0. Just put it and see what do you get. You will get this as minus 3 is the x coordinate. That means I cap. And put time as 0 in y. You will get 0 j cap. So the answer is minus 3 I cap meters. So that's initial position. Yes, yes. I hope this is clear. Thank you, Manan. All right. Similarly, initial speed and direction. Initial speed. Okay. Just think, what is initial velocity? What is initial velocity? Look at that. Put time as 0. Put the value of time as 0. You will get it as 4. But in I cap. Similarly, in y direction, put time as 0. What will you get? Minus 4 j cap. That's velocity. Therefore, speed will be root 4 square plus 4 square. The speed means magnitude, modulus. So 4 in I, 4 in j. That's Pythagoras. So it's going to be 4 root 2 meters per second. 4 root 2 meters per second. Is that clear? Is that clear? Everybody understanding this? Till this point, everything clear? Initial position, speed, direction, it's very obvious. 4 I cap minus 4 j cap. That means my velocity will be here. It's very obvious. It's making 45 degrees like this because both of them are 4 and 4 each. Yeah, this is 4. This is also 4. Yeah, that's how it is. Great. Last thing, what is the initial acceleration? What's the initial acceleration? That is very simple, guys. If I had to figure out initial acceleration, just put time as 0. Oh, but there is nothing to put here. So it's just 2 I cap. And in y-axis, it's 60. So put time as 0. So that's 0 j cap. So acceleration is 2 I cap. That's the initial acceleration. That's how you do it. Don't you see, guys? It's very simple. It's just like solving 2 problems in x and y separately. That's what I have been telling you guys again and again and again. Nothing else. So those are the answers. Let's do one more question so that you get a hang of it. Now you are slowly getting the idea. Now let's go and pounce on it and let's do some more questions so that you guys understand it even better. Find the equation of trajectory and what is the speed function, speed as a function of time. Remember, trajectory is just a fancy word for path, and path is always a function of x and y. That's what I have been telling you. X is given, y is given. X is in terms of time. Y is also in terms of time. I don't want time. I just want x and y. What do I need to do? Eliminate time out of the equation. X depends on t, y depends on t. Somehow combine them and just find the relation only between x and y. You have eliminated time out of the picture, you got it out of the picture. So that equation is called as the equation of the path or the equation of the trajectory. Here. So that means what you need to do is, let's see what we can do over here. Acha, there is t square, there is t raised to 4. This is a lower power. Probably I can substitute this over here. So from this equation, I will get t square is y divided by 4. From here, since x is t raised to 4, isn't it t square raised to 2? So just substitute this over here. What will you get? Therefore, x is equal to y divided by 4 whole square. That means x into, or rather x is equal to y square divided by 16. That's it. This is the equation of trajectory. That's it, done, another, nothing great about it. Is that clear? No chain rule, nothing. Just eliminate time. See, the question is not to find dy by dx. You interpreted it wrong. The question is not finding rate of change of y. The question is just find y in terms of x. If dy by dx was asked, then you use chain rule. But here you don't need that chain rule. It's not needed. It's very simple. Simple algebra. Very good. Great. No problem, Deepak. But I hope you will be very regular henceforth. The next question is, what is the speed? Well, guess what? Let's figure this out. X is given, y is given. So Vx will be dx by dt, which is d by dt of x. X is t raised to 4. So derivative of t raised to 4? 4t cube. That's Vx. Similarly, Vy is dy by dt. Okay, y is given. So it is d by dt of 4t square. 4 comes out into 2 into t. So that's 8t. That's Vy. Now the question is to find speed. The question is to find speed. Speed means, understand guys, the magnitude. If I know Vx, if I know Vy, the length of this hypotenuse is velocity, speed. I am not bothered about the direction. So that's all you need to do. Find this V, the modulus of that. What is it going to be? It's just going to be x square plus Vy square. That's it. Vx square plus Vy square. Just substitute both the things here, guys. So you're going to get root of 4t cube whole square plus 8t whole square. That means the speed finally is root of 4 square 16, t cube square t raised to 6 plus 8 square 64, t square is t square. That's the answer for speed. Nothing else. That's the final answer. Speed as a function of time. That's it. Yeah, after me explaining, everybody can answer. Everybody feels it's simple because somebody is there to explain. When you sit and solve problems, that's when you will understand whether you have understood. Okay, so guys, remember, it's all about solving the questions independently, nothing else. So that's the answer, guys. Let's start with the next question. Actually, this is the last question, by the way. So the position of the particle moving in xy plane is given by this. Y coordinate is also given by this. Which of the following is correct? Come on, guys. I'm expecting you guys are going to answer this. I'm going to, wait for it. Let's see how many of you are going to do this question. Beautiful question. Only one of them is correct. Not all of them are correct. No need to factorize, Suchi. Just leave it. Depends on what the options are, how the options are given. Okay. Thank you, King. All right. Dharni says clear. You're not finding all the symbols. My God. Hello, Sriram. Welcome aboard. Come on, my warriors. Come on, my warriors. Think about it. Nitish says A. Come on, my warriors. Nimish also saying A. Printi also saying A. Hello, Krishna Raj. Welcome aboard. No problem, guys. It's okay. Even if you're not able to type the answers really quick, as long as you're writing, making notes, it's brilliant. Okay. Dharni also saying A. I don't know why, Tanushri, there is a lag out there. Sometimes just change the browser. Maybe go to Chrome or change the browser. Probably it will help. Everybody saying A. I just need some time to process. Come on, Deepak. Abhi shaadi se lote ho. You are just returned from the marriage. Probably it's going to take you some time to actually grasp everything. Come on. Oh, Rahul Gandhi is also in the lecture. Rahul Gandhi, you should be in the parliament, man. Why are you here? Please be in the parliament. Do something for the country. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's see what we can do. X is given, Y is given. I think we'll first figure out what is Vx and what is Vy. Vx, take differentiation. d by dt of 3t square minus 6t. Therefore, Vx is equal to 6t minus 6. Now, Ax is d by dt of 6t minus 6. So, what are you going to do? 6t's derivative, that's 6 into 1 minus 0, which is just 6, that's Ax. Similarly, over here, you will get Vy. Vy is derivative of d by dt of t square minus 2t. So it's going to be 2t minus 2, that's Vy. Now Ay will be d by dt of 2t minus 2, which is 2 into 1 minus 0, which is just 2, that's Ay. Now try to look at the options. The acceleration of the particle is 0 when t is 0. Try this out. No, it is not. Ax is 6, Ay is 2. Obviously, this is wrong. Whatever you guys said is wrong. In fact, it is 6 I cap plus 2 j cap. It's constant acceleration. So, acceleration of the particle is not 0. Velocity of the particle is 0 at t is equal to 0. Substitute time as 0. 0 minus 6 minus 6, 0 minus 2 minus 2. Obviously, is not 0. So, this is also wrong. Next. C option, velocity of the particle is 0 at 1 second. Put time as 1, 6 minus 6, 0. Time as 1, 2 minus 2, again 1. Oh, sorry, 0. So 0 and 0. Yes, it is 0 at 1 second. Obviously, D option will be wrong then. Yeah, it is C. D is wrong, Swati, come on. Velocity and acceleration are never 0. C option just says the velocity is 0 at 1 second. You just proved it. So, it says it is never 0. Wrong. It is 0 at some time. In fact, at 1 second. So, hence, that is the correct answer. Isn't it beautiful the way we solved it? So, guys, I'm expecting you to post the answers of these two questions. X is given, Y is given, find the speed. I just solved a question on speed, so I'm pretty sure you will be able to do this. Find speed as a function of time. And the second question for you guys, X and Y are given. What is the acceleration at 5 seconds? That's the question. X and Y are given. Remember, all of us are teaching on pro subscription. In fact, there are many courses which I am conducting. Those are called as the micro courses, like HCV course, Aerodove course, and then derivation course, then numerical courses. All of this is being conducted by me. So many other master teachers are covering so many micro courses. There is also an option for you guys apart from the long term batch. Okay, you also get options for KVPY. All of this is free. You don't have to pay for it. Everything gets included in the same package. KVPY, Olympiads, boards, etc. All of this. And you will see, you will get assignments after every session. After every session, you will get assignments. You will have tests after every 2 or 3 weeks, after every 2-3 weeks, you are going to have weekly tests. You are going to get report cards. You will be guided. There are PTMs. There are PTMs in online classes, believe that. There are guidance sessions, strategy sessions, and this is one of the best part. You have option to study both in English as well as Hindi. This is something which is very unique, guys. I mean, so many things just under one package, and the packages per month are hardly anything. 3,600 rupees per month when you use the coupon code. All you need to do is, see guys, when you go to our video, right, just click on this, and yeah, that's our video where you're watching. You go below, scroll below, you will see a lot of description box here. There are a lot of links. One of the most important link is over here. So subscribe to Vedantu Pro now. Click on that. You will see all the details. It's a 2-year course, and the 2-year course is for 54,000. 2-year. It's not per year. 2-year course is for 54,000, 53,999. No other coaching institute can probably give you this, guys. Look at that. Doubt solving. You are also going to get the hard copy of the material. You are also going to get the soft copy of the material, assignments, notes, replays, everything available. Lot of institutes do not even give you replays for more than 2 days. If you want personal mentor, that is also available. And if you calculate it per month using EMI and my coupon code, then it will work out to 3,000 per month. That's crazy cheap. That's crazy cheap. It's so cool, guys. I mean, like, really, just try it out for 1 month. It's okay. Don't buy it for 1 year. No problem. You try it. 1 month. See me in the micro course. See other teachers. Join the batch. Don't like it. No problem. Don't buy the course later on. Just try it out for 1 month. 2,000. My God, look at this. 2,700. It's very cheap, guys. You should definitely try it out. Okay. So I would be really expecting all of you out here. Thank you guys very much for joining in. Glad, Sai Sangeeta, you are saying that. Is it possible? Please, important problems of units and dimensions. Radha, please watch my marathon session which I conducted yesterday, and my lectures which I conducted in Zero to Hero series. Watch that, it will help you. Bye bye, Sai Telugu. Glad to be here. Is it enough for JEE Advanced? Yes, Vulcan. This is a JEE Mains plus Advanced course. It's not only Mains. There is a NEET course separate. There is a Advanced batch separate. And if you want to prepare for KVPY, there is a KVPY batch separate. All of that. Bye bye Panchami, bye bye Tanya. Thank you guys very much. Take care and have fun. Mehul, I'll be back again tomorrow. Yeah, and tomorrow, remember 7:30 is for BitStat. And for you guys, 11th standard kids, I'll be meeting you on Wednesday, if I'm not wrong, or Thursday. Okay. So Wednesday, I'll be meeting you next week, 7:30, and we'll continue with projectile motion, and we are going to see inclined plane motion. All of this next week. Till then, hasta la vista. This was Shreyas here, your physics master teacher.